When a man strike the eyes of his slave, male or female, and destroys it, he shall let the slave go free because of his eyes. If he knock out the tooth of his slave, male or female, he shall let the slave go free because of his tooth. When an ox cause a man or a woman to death, the ox shall be stoned, and its flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall not be liable. But if the horse has been circumcised to God in the past, and its owner has been one, but has not kept it in, and it kills a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and its owner also shall be put to death. If a ransom is imposed on him, then he shall give for the redemption of his life whatever is imposed of him. If it calls a man's son or daughter, he shall be dealt with according to this same rule. If the ox calls a slave, male or female, the owner shall give to their masters 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. When a man opens a pit, or when a man digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or donkey falls into it, the owner of the pit shall make restoration. He shall give money to his owner, and the dead beast shall be his. When one man ox bought another so that it dies, then they shall sell the live ox and share its price, and the dead beast also they shall share. Or if it is known that the ox have been circumcised to God in the past, and its owner has not kept it in, he shall pay ox for ox, and the dead beast shall be his. If a man steals an ox or a sheep and kills it or sells it, he shall repay 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief is found breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there shall be no blood guilt for him. But if the sun has risen on him, there shall be blood guilt for him. He shall surely pay. If he has nothing, then he shall be sold for his thief. If the stolen beast is found alive in his possession, whether it is an ox or a donkey or a sheep, he shall pay double. If a man causes a field or vineyard to be grazed over, or let his beast loose, and it feeds in another man's field, he shall make restitutions from the best in his own field and in his own vineyard. If fire breaks out and catches in turn so that the stark grain or the standing grain or the field is consumed, he who started fire shall make full restitution. If a man gives to his neighbors money or goods to keep safe, and it is stolen from the man's house, then if the thief is found, he shall pay double. If the thief is not found, the owner of the house shall come near to God to show whether or not he has put his hand to his neighbor's property. For every breach of trust, whether it is for an ox, for a donkey, for a sheep, or for a cloak, or for any kind of lost things, of which one says, this is it, the gates of both parties shall come before God. The one whom God condemns shall pay double to his neighbor. If a man gives to his neighbor a donkey or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep safe, and he dies or is injured or is driven away without anyone seeing it, an oath by the Lord shall be between them both to see whether or not he has put his hand to his neighbor's property. The owner shall accept the oath, and he shall not make restitution. But if it is stolen from him, he shall make restitution to his owner. If it is torn by beast, let him bring it as evidence. He shall make restitution for what has been torn. If a man borrows anything of his neighbor and it is injured or dies, the owner not being with it, he shall make full restitution. If the owner was with it, he shall not make restitution. If it was hired, it came from it iron fee. If a man seduces a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall give the bride price for her and make her his wife. If the father utterly refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money equal to the bride price for virgin. You shall not permit a sorceress to live. Whoever lies with an animal shall be put to death. Whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord alone shall be devoted to destruction. You shall not wrong a sojourner or oppress him, for you were sojourners in the land of Egypt. You shall not mistreat any widow or fatherless child. If you do mistreat them and they cry out to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my words will burn, and I will kill you with this sword, and your wife shall become widows and your children fatherless. If you lend money to any of my people with you who is poor, and you shall not be like a money lender to him, and you shall not exact interest for him. If ever you take your neighbor's cloak in pledge, you shall return it to him before the sun go down, for it is only covering, and it is his cloak for his body. What else shall he sleep? And if he cries to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. You shall not revile God, nor cause a ruler of your people. You shall not delay to offer from the fullness of your harvest and from the outflow of your presses. The firstborn of your son you shall give to me. You shall do the same with your oxen and with your sheep. 7 days it shall be with his mother. On the 8th day you shall give it